Darren, old Gaius back in the winners list tonight?
Yeah, last time he interviewed me we were struggling, but he seems to have found a new lease again. This time of year usually comes good, funny enough, the cooler weather.
What about his body? How's it holding up? He's now had 119 starts. That was his 35th win tonight. How's our old body holding together?
Probably a bit like mine. He's struggling, but just his class gets him through.
You didn't drive him, you drove something else in the race. Todd McCarthy's first drive on the horse. Is he a horse that likes a change in driver occasionally?
I think so. Look, you got to get the best driver available. Todd's the best driver at the moment, leading driver. So, you know, he knows how to drive an old horse. He's very similar to Seal and Print, so I wasn't surprised you could get him to win. His
run last start was very good. The sectionals were very quick and he was making up ground.
Yeah, outstanding sectionals last start when I drove him, but as we spoke off air, he hasn't drawn inside six for probably 10 or 12 runs.
So what's the plan with him? Does he just keep on going around in these sorts of races, and when he can drop back into a nice grade, does he performs?
Yeah, probably. Look, his legs aren't great. We just got to race him week to week and try to find races for him. It's hard for him, but we'll just look around. We might go interstate if we can and race in Melbourne or Queensland, I'm not sure, but we'll just keep him racing here because he does like Menangle.
Taylor's Delight in the same race. What do you make of her performance tonight?
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned with the sectionals. I thought they run home pretty quick. They felt like they were really going from the 600. When I looked at the sectionals, it didn't show that, but as you said, there might be condensation on the timers, so I'll be checking that later on.
Darren, we spoke with Lauren earlier tonight. Good to see her back at the races after that nasty fall last week.
Yeah, look, it could have turned out being a lot worse than it has. And not that she's in good shape. There's nerve damage there, and we've got to go through a big process. I don't think she's going to be coming back anytime soon. But the alternative was the way she went under that horse, it could have easily trod on her and been in hospital for a long time.
What about these new gigs? The foot rest. It seemed to help her a lot. Her foot could have easily got caught in an old stay.
In the old bikes and stays, I think she'd have got really messed up, but she didn't. She seemed to get three really easily, and I think that's testament to the new bikes. But the old style bikes or the old style undercarriage, she could have easily got caught up, and then again we would be talking about some serious injuries.
Well, good to see her back at the races. Congratulations with the training win tonight, and we'll hope for more luck later on.
Thank you.
Robbie, Hero Hom winning the first race. Got a bit of luck. You raced to the pegs, but got out at the right time.
Yeah, he did. He likes the fence. He sort of likes to race that way, and better believe it, went off stride about the 550, so it gave me a chance to get off the fence, and he come home strong.
He's been going well. Just needed a bit of luck. Gets it tonight and proves too strong.
Yeah, story of his life, the little fella. His connections have been really patient. He sort of can't crack the MO. He didn't crack an MO again tonight, but he keeps winning the country MOs and sort of the heats for finals. But he's been a gallant old horse, and he's going to be around for a lot longer, earning up good checks.
So Rising Stars heat, he'll hang around?
Yeah, he'll definitely go to the Rising Stars final. We've got two in that now. I spoke to the connections of Storm Onsar, and he'll definitely go in it too. All
right, then we go to Let Us Rock Them. Horse that's only joined the stable recently for new owners. What did you make of his performance tonight?
Yeah, I was wrapped with him. Sort of turning for home, he was a little bit lazy. I sort of never really driven him other than track work, and sort of turning for home, he sort of looked like the other horse was going to go with him, and I just sort of reached up and gave him a couple of flicks on the rump, and he accelerated really nice, give you a really good feel, and it's pretty cold out there, and he's gone sort of good time, so I'm really looking forward to Sunday, and I'm really pleased for both his old connections and his new connections. The new connections, Tech Services, Bill and John Green, I can't thank them enough for mine and Kerry Ann Stable. They Mr. Brightside as well, so they've been great supporters for a number of years, and it's really good to have them on board with a horse like him.
It's going to be Kerry Ann's still striving for that first Group 1. You've driven a Group 1, but she hasn't trained a Group 1. Next week, it's a big chance with a horse like him now through to the final. He's going to be one of the main hopes.
Yeah, definitely. You don't like to think too much into it. It's just another race as far as I'm concerned. I think if you get into the hype and sort of get a bit too excited, things go wrong. But no, we'll just do the week as per normal and sort of come here on Sundays if there was a Tuesday meeting. And if we have a bit of luck and they win, great. If not, they'll be doing their very best. And if they weren't good enough, they weren't good enough.
What sort of horse is he? Let Us Rock Them. Is he going to develop? We know he was a brilliant 2-year-old, good 3-year-old. He's a very talented 4-year-old. Can he go and take that next step and 12 months' time be racing in the best races?
Well, he's got to. He's got to take that step. It's all well and good to beat up on your age group, but he's done that for a number of time, and he's stepped up to the nice horses, and he's raced with them. You don't go with the speed he went as a 2-year-old, winning APGs and not be a good horse. I think if everything goes to well and we have a little bit of luck and races well, I've got no doubt in the world he should be able to take the Grand Circuit level next year, if it all being equal. But he's done an outstanding job, and we're just happy to have him.
Couple of beaten drives tonight. Pompidou got through to the final. That was, I guess, the what you wanted going into tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually a little bit disappointed in him. He's given me a real good feel the last 2 or 3 weeks, and today I said to Kerry, he just wasn't as sharp as he has been. Had a little bit of wet weather during the week, and he's the type of horse that likes to cop a little bit of work. So I put it down to that, and I think if we have a good clear week, he'll be a bit of a different horse on the final.
I'm Mr. Brightside. Drove him quietly tonight. What did you make of his run? Was it better?
A lot better. I'm really happy with him. He's in a bit of a rough spot, poor old Mr. Brightside. He's sort of probably got me and Carrie Ann on hop a little bit too. He sort of was always a little runty colt. He's turned into a real man. So probably got to cop a little bit more work, and I think we're still heading towards Queensland, but I sort of need to get a bit more work under his belt, and hopefully he can get that fitness to go. But he's just taking a little bit of racing to get into it, but when he does, he'll hit his straps.
Look forward to next week. Good luck.
No, thank you.
Ash, Mr. Chow winner tonight.
Yeah, he went really well. He's sort of been knocking on the door down here, and I think it takes him those couple of runs to get used to the style of racing, but I was really happy with the way he went tonight.
Came with a well-timed run.
Yeah, he's probably that bit better if he's saved up. There was a lot of speed early, which we sort of, half got involved in, but we're quick to sort of pull out, and I think that's probably his best asset is his speed down here. But, in that sort of field, when they're running along like that, it was ideal.
So you give him a chance in the final next week, the Rising Stars final?
Yeah, for sure, provided he draws well, but the heats have ran all roughly around the same time, so I think it's probably an even field, and it'll depend on draws and drivers, I think. So I think it'll be a good final.
Amaretto flew late, just missed. What did you make of her performance?
Yeah, we were a fraction unlucky. She sort of bought out a bit tonight and cost herself up the straight. We sort of locked wheels with Butterfly Princess there for a few strides, and I feel if that didn't happen, we would have been coming pretty hard home. But it was unfortunate, but she hasn't been knocked around for the final, that's for sure.
So barrier draw, obviously you'd like to draw well at the draw.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a, little horse with no luck with barriers. Like, she always seems to draw out in the car park, and even tonight out of 9. But she can get a barrier. She's got good gate speed, and she's got high speed. She can do a bit of work. So as long as they're up there, I think she's a shot.
Will you take her to Queensland?
Seriously thinking about it at this stage. We'll just get her through this series, and if she pulls up well after Sunday, yeah, definitely.
We spoke to you about Lochinvar during the week. You said he'd run a better race, you'd go forward on him, and he did. He's placed, and they went good time. You must be happy with him.
Yeah, right with his run. He's one of those horses he couldn't do a whole lot of work early on in his career. If I'd use him out the gate, he didn't seem to finish off, but he's had a month off after his last campaign, and I feel he's a lot stronger in his work, and his last 2 runs down here, he has got home in 53, and he certainly hasn't been tight on the line. He's just sort of ran it. He can't run any quicker than a 53 half, so we decided to drive him a bit harder tonight and just see, how he would finish off in that grade. And 52 on a cold night, I was pretty wrapped because he was involved in the first 26 quarter, and then again in the last quarter he's pretty much sprinted that whole way, so yeah, wrapped.
You said during the week that if he raced well tonight you'd go to Queensland with him, so on the back of tonight you're off to Queensland? Yeah,
I spoke to Greg before the race, and he's happy enough to go to Queensland provided he earned the spot, so I think after tonight's run Greg will be happy enough, and I really think Albion Park's a track that will suit him. He can do that bit of work, he's got the high speed, he's got gate speed, so although he's obviously not a favourite in those sort of fields, but I think being a rough show or a midfield show in those sort of fields, I think he's definitely could sit on the better ones and run a cheeky race.
Well, congratulations on the night and good luck next week.
Thank you.